Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, today we're going to take a little look at something because Ellen Barkin is back in the news. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the woman who did her basic instinct during the trial in for Johnny Depp v. AH, she's back there because obviously in the unsealed documents, we do have a lot of little nuggets of information which come out regarding certain people and what they were actually doing in their depositions. But what we're going to be reading from, we're going to be reading the article from The Independent. But I do want to read a little bit off this first, just because of how they've actually done it. And obviously their headline is that Ellen Barkin claims that Johnny Depp gave her a summoned a pop and asked me if I wanted to boogie, let's just say that, before their first encounter. Now, this is what we've got. So as you can see, you know, sections of the video deposition were shown during Depp's defamation trial against AH earlier this year. Other parts, including Barkin's claim, have come to light following the release of pre-trial documents relating to the case. In the video, Barkin says they first started dating in 1994, having been friends beforehand. Entertainment Tonight reports the actor claimed that ahead of their first interaction, she protested a little, not too much, after Johnny pulled her onto his lap. He came on to me in the living room of my house, pulled me onto his lap and said something like, "Oh, come on, Ellen," or whatever. The outlet reports Barkin is saying, "I protested a little and then not too much, and that was that." Barkin clarified in the video that Depp didn't do anything to her, but alleged he gave me something to pop and asked me if I wanted to do this. That is it. And the way that they've tried to make it out is, oh, Johnny Depp did this to her. He made all these horrible things and he made her do this. But it's like, no. It's, he gave her this and he asked her. That is exactly what happened. So, again, but the way they want to try and do it, and again, we saw how Ellen Barkin was actually, the way her deposition went, the way she was acting in it as well, she was very, like I was saying, very Catherine Trammell-like from Basic Instinct. She was trying to be, no, we never had a relationship, we did this, we did that, and everyone just laughed at her. You know, when you look back at it, you know, some of the media were just like, well, that was pointless. There was no need for her to do anything. And even with the actual documents coming out now, showing a lot of the stuff that, you know, was actually cut out of the deposition, it was rubbish. There was no need for her to be there. Again, she probably just thought, you know what, I'll just go out and I'll say some stupid rubbish and that'll be it and people will believe me. No, a lot of people didn't believe her. But in this same article, they actually talk about Jennifer Grey, who Johnny Depp was engaged to. As you can see by here, this is what they've put in. Another of Depp's ex-girlfriends, Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey, spoke about their former relationship, with the actor stating she didn't recognize him as the man she once knew in footage of the trial. Now, this is actually what she actually said. I will say that I haven't watched any of it. Okay, so she hasn't watched any of it, but they just made out that she's watched it. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to get Core TV. I don't even know where it would be. But from clips or things that I've come across, I don't recognize the person. It's nothing to do with anything that I've ever experienced, and it makes me sad. I don't understand what's going on, and I just want everyone to be okay. That is a statement she gave on the, I can't remember which it was the Taming or Tamel. It was one of those talk shows in the United States, which she was there promoting her book. And she has got a section on it where she does talk about Johnny Depp, obviously. But the way that they did it, and they said, you know, the headline for that one was, Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey claimed ex-fiance Johnny Depp was crazy, jealous, and paranoid. And with that, again, we're going to go back to what she's actually said. So, describing their first date, she wrote in her memoir, Out of the Corner, "We ate, we talked, drank Jack Daniels, laughed our asses off, took cigarette breaks mid-course. He was so ridiculously beautiful, surprisingly open, funny, quirky, and sweet." She said that Depp proposed to her within 2 weeks of meeting her, and they got a Pekingese poodle puppy called Lulu. She was our practice baby and someone to keep me company when Johnny was out of town. Gray also wrote Johnny was commuting every week back and forth from Vancouver, but had begun more and more regularly to be getting into trouble. Fights in bars, skirmishes with cops. Again, nothing towards her. Remember that now. But then it does go on. He'd started missing his flights home to LA, having overslept, or when he did come home, he'd become crazy, jealous, and paranoid about what I'd been up to while he was gone. I attributed his ill temper and unhappiness to him feeling miserable and powerless, to getting off the TV series 21 Jump Street. Now, with that that has actually been confirmed that he wanted to get off the show, and the producers, they actually said, no, you're ours, you're not going anywhere. And the producers made his life hell. Again, that's not an excuse for being paranoid and everything else. But she is actively admitted saying, as you can see, you know, he was just crazy, jealous, and paranoid. He didn't do anything to me. He didn't throw anything. He didn't raise his hands. He didn't do anything to her. So this is when the media, they like to... the way the media just go around trying to switch things up, which is exactly what they do, and especially with the headline for this article with Jennifer Grey. And it is, Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey claims ex-fiancé was crazy and paranoid. Like, wow, okay. And again, the Ellen Barkin one was, Ellen Barkin claims Johnny Depp done this to her. And it's like, okay, but that's not actually what anyone has said. This is how the media get people into their little corner. This is how they try and make people think what we're telling you is true, what everyone else has said is bad. But this is one of the biggest problems, and that is people do not read the stories. They just read the headline. That is one of the biggest problems currently going around. People need to read the stories themselves. Because in the stories, like I've just brought out, the headlines, they don't match what they've said. You know, they said that Johnny Depp was crazy, he was this, he was that, and everything else. But then when you read the article, it states why they were like that, and they give reasons for it. Again, that's new. The media don't want you to be that way, though. They don't want you to think that way either. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.